What's up guys, I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. I know the titles of these videos are making you guys so angry, but bear with me. In this video, I'm going to clarify why I feel that Chinese watches are better than the Swiss competition. Now, I'm not talking about every single Chinese watch. I'm not even talking about most Chinese watches. I'm actually speaking more specifically about this Chinese watch, the Seagull 1963. So what makes this Chinese watch better than the Swiss competition? Well, it's 1:15. Let's get down to business. So here's the watch in question, the Seagull 1963. So I'm going to talk about this watch, give you some history on it, talk about the specifications, and then I'll conclude with my reasoning. Because I feel like as we get into the watch a little more, my reasoning will become more clear. I think the first thing I want to say about this watch is just how gorgeous it is. The first thing I noticed about it was the blue hands. Super stunning. The dial's kind of got this champagne color to it, and it's incredibly clean. I love how there's Chinese down here. To my understanding, this just stands for Tianjin Factory, which is where it's made. We'll get into that in a moment. Up here, it says 21 Yuan. This would just mean 21 joules. We're going to talk about the movement in a little bit. There is a 19 Yuan variant. Again, to my understanding, the 19 Yuans come with an acrylic crystal, and the 21 Yuans come with a sapphire crystal. So it comes on this NATO strap. I'm going to remove it so we can look at the case back and talk about the movement and some of the specs. Okay, so now that it's off of its NATO strap, I can kind of show it to you in greater detail. But let's talk about the history first, because I think it really adds to this watch. So in the early 1960s, the Tianjin factory got really well known for developing these watches for the People's Liberation Army. In this case, it would be their Air Force. Now, I think I should clarify, this is a reissue of the 1963 watch, but Seagull says that they've developed this one to the exact specifications of the original watch. Here's the ST19 movement. If you guys have spent any length of time in the watch community, you guys have definitely heard about this movement. It's pretty much a clone of the Swiss Venus 175 movement. Hand wind. It's got a 45-hour power reserve on full wind. This one is pretty robust. It's got shock resistance added, probably because it's meant to be a military watch. Apparently it's got a 30-meter water resistance rating, but I'm not going to test that. So when you order this watch, it should come in a tin. Has the logo, has the Chinese characters, and it's signed 1963. You will also find an added case back. So although I prefer the display case back, I think it's a really nice touch that they threw this one in there. It's very nicely engraved. It's got some red inking in there. Also signed 1963. Very pleased that they threw that in. Okay, so now that we've gotten a little bit more familiar with the Seagull 1963, I think it's about time I defend my claim that this Chinese watch is better than its Swiss competition. So why do I feel that way? Well, it all comes down to value. And I know what you're thinking, obviously a Chinese watch is going to be cheaper than a Swiss watch, dummy. But I didn't say price, I said value, and there's a big difference. Allow me to elaborate. This is a pilot's watch, any way you cut it. Now, it's not the European-style Flieger pilot's watches that you guys are all very used to, with the black dial and the big, bold white indexing, but it's still a pilot's watch with some legit history behind it. And I can't think of a Swiss pilot's watch that's going to look this good, with a chronograph complication, with a display case back, with an incredible movement, with a sapphire crystal, with an extra case back thrown in, and some good packaging for around $300, give or take. It's just not gonna happen, but what do I know? Just let me know in the comments, tell me if you agree or disagree, but please like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, always remember, I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. I didn't invent time. I just tell it.